Okay, now we're going to work this fondant up. I need to put a little bit more grease on my hands because I had to wash it off for a minute and answer the phone. Fun, fun. Okay. Now, I've got lots of grease down, but this is way too runny, so I'm going to work some powdered sugar into this and just kind of fold it over itself and start kneading it, squishing it, working that powdered sugar in. This will firm it up a little bit, take a little bit of the stickiness out, and the work surface is sliding all over. Make sure that you weight it down as best as you can. When you work this, you want to work with the palm of your hand. That gets a lot of force in it and push it away from you. You can fold the dough over on top of itself, the fondant, and push with your hand away from you. Okay, this fondant is still too sticky because it's trying to stick to my hands. So I'm going to put a little more grease on my hands. And I'm going to put a little bit more powdered sugar on top. Now this fondant's pretty warm right now because it did come out of the microwave not too long ago. So it will cool off and get a little bit firmer as it does. You can use two hands. Remember to use your palms though when you knead it or push it away from you. Okay, my work surface, it's starting to stick to my work surface a little bit. Woo, in my hands. So that blob of shortening that I put out earlier on my work surface off to the side, I'm going to rub it in, my hands and the work surface. See, it's starting to stick. Not good. You may have to knead your fondant for quite some time. Mix everything in, make sure it's the right consistency. And it may take you 6 minutes, it may take you 8 minutes, it may take you 10 minutes. It just depends. You got to watch the feel and the stickiness of your fondant until it feels like fondant and doesn't stick to everything. You want it a little bit tacky, but not to where it's going to stick to everything it touches. See, this is pretty sticky still. So I'm going to work some more fondant in, some more powdered sugar in. And it's best if you use sifted powdered sugar, or you'll have little balls in your fondant. So be sure to sift your powdered sugar before you add it to your fondant in the bowl, and before you use it here during the kneading. Because it makes a mess if you have little balls of sugar folded in there. I want to mix that powdered sugar in really well, incorporate it. Okay, this feels pretty good. Might be a little bit sticky still, but not sticking now. Form it into kind of a ball, and then I'm going to freeze it before I put it away. See how many times I've had to add powdered sugar and re-knead this? Sometimes that's what you have to do. It's getting better. be sure you work on a sturdy table or counter that's at a good height for you. If you're a petite person, you don't want to be working here like this because you can't get the force into your arms as well as you can if you're up above your work area. Okay, so I'm going to put this away and let it rest for the rest of the day. And I'll probably check it this evening and see how it feels, but that color is just absolutely perfect. The other thing we have to do is taste it. So I'm going to peel a little piece off here and set aside and taste it. But as far as the color goes, it's kind of a flesh color, which is perfect for my project. So now I know that those particular ice cream marshmallows make the perfect skin tone without having to mix food coloring to try and achieve this color. Okay, so we want it into a nice ball, and then we're going to coat the whole thing with, again, solid vegetable shortening. This will help keep it from sticking, and it'll also help keep moisture in the fondant so it doesn't dry out. Fondant dries out very easily if exposed to the air for very long. You can always add more powdered sugar later on. Okay, that's nice and greasy. I'm going to wash my hands and get some plastic wrap to wrap this in, and then I'll also put it into a zip bag to help block the air out. So in just a minute. Okay, I'll get some clear plastic wrap to wrap my fondant ball up in. Boy, I can't believe how pretty that turned out. Seal it up, and I'm going to also put it in a zipper closed bag, an airtight bag. And then I live in a really dry climate, so sometimes if I'm working with a product that dries out really, really easily, I'll actually put it into an airtight container besides this. But what I'm going to do is squeeze all the air out that I can before sealing it up. And there I have it. This can store in your refrigerator until you need it, but be sure and take it out take it out ahead of time, allowing plenty of time for it to warm up to room temperature so you can work with it. This fondant's very difficult to work with when it's cold. Okay, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed making flesh-colored marshmallow fondant using colored marshmallows, and maybe you'll get to try that yourself before long. Thank you.